Can you please explain your perspective on somebody like Robin Williams committing suicide?
Yes. Suicide is detrimental according to scripture and scientific research. You know, in the scripture they say you commit suicide, you increase your karma sevenfold. What it means, scientifically speaking, is like you are in a deep sleep and your sleep is interrupted. What would happen? Your cycle will be broken, and by interrupting that, you go through the stage of lots of dreams and you drain your energy. So suicide is for escape, to remove all the problems of life. But it's the same like escape by drinking or drugs. Is only temporary escape, because when we die, our sanskaras go with us. There is not hiding away from it. All that we have left unfinished has to be finished in the next life. So actually we disturb the cycle and flow. We slow down our evolution process. Okay. So suicide is disastrous because we have to learn to live with ourselves. We have to face life, we have to resolve the problem so that we have greater clarity. Okay. Suicide comes generally as a result of depression. Depression is a state of mind and emotions when one loses clarity. When one loses clarity, cannot see. And this is why one makes the mistake. Okay. So one should get rid of depression. One should get joy within. And many times, many of the emotional problems come for self-centered attitude. Stress and anxiety come because of we are focusing on I, me and mine. Depression again is emotional feeling until it becomes part of us, and then it governs us instead of using our intellect. So one should learn to breathe and relax. But suicide is never the escape, because we cannot escape the law of karma. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I mean, people who are depressed are, just telling them to breathe is not gonna help them. They're not gonna. What else is there? What?
Right, because they don't have proper perspective. They are in different frame of mind. So they should be helped with breathing, relaxation and comfort, so they come to their senses, so that they can see reality as is. It's like a cloud. Considered depression like a cloud, they cannot see through. So they need support, emotional support, other support to bring them into the present. Yes. So on the other hand, yoga practice is actually psychological death. See, that is exact yoga practice. Psychological death is when you are living, die psychologically. Dying psychologically means letting go of all the attachments, what we possess, what we hold on. Also letting go of attachment to our body, which is constantly changing, our attachment to whatever there is. So when you let go of your ego, that is called psychological death. When you die psychologically, you can truly live the life. Most people have suicidal because they are not really living fully because of fear, imaginary fear. So psychological death means deep meditation to recognize our permanent nature as the self, which was never born, never dies. So these fears are reduced, so we can live in the present. Sometimes people get that experience when they are clinically dead for a short period of time. They get the experience of higher nature and they lose the fear of death. They become creative. They are bold. they are successful because what holds us back is fears. And all the fears are secondary fears created because of fear of death. Losing job, losing friends, losing prestige, losing honor. These are all secondary fears of death. So when we face death and then see that I'm permanent, body can die but I would survive, that feeling comes with meditation, then we feel greater security. People who are successful and bold, even in material life, financially or other thing, somehow they have courage. That means they have defeated the fear of death, because venture in business is also like fear. So when you control the fear, you become immortal, you become invincible. So this is why we should think about our existence as pure consciousness, as not the body that is mortal.